Hey guys, what's going on? F and Pope here with a late night hack for your Xbox One. Wouldn't really call this a hack per se, as much as a just a little bit of tutorial. The new chat adapters are out. Everybody's ranting and raving. I know we've seen people making their own. I did myself, but it got time to buy a new headset. And let's face it, my X12 said it'd seen better days. So my little headset adapter that I made just wasn't cutting anymore. So I figured I'd give Microsoft a shot and see where we ended up, and I ran into one issue. I originally picked up the XO4s and was just entirely unhappy with the sound quality. The sheer fact that it's a 100% wireless system is great, but this wireless system is nowhere near as good as Triton's Warhead. I'm sorry, the Triton Warhead. The way that the dedicated wireless with the XO4s, the Polk Audios, and the XO7 seems to work is it transmits your audio through your controller. There's no other way because it's the only way that it's connected. The problem that I ran into with this is you run into like audio shorts where your audio will short out on you, it sounds like. I've had it make my controller turn off entirely. And these are just things that at any level of gaming is just absolutely infuriating. Go from having a great game to getting absolutely smashed because you can't move for 10 seconds while you pull your batteries and turn your controller back on. So I went in search of a way to remedy this issue, and what I came up with was really simple. At first, it didn't make any sense to me, but then after digging a little bit more, I kind of understand it. So I've got Triton 720 Plus. It's fantastic. 7.1 Dolby surround sound or simulated surround sound. But when you get your 720s and a lot of these other high-end headsets, they come with either this one actually had a PS4 label on it. It comes with a cable, which is just a 3.5mm 3-pole to a 3.5mm 4-pole. So the way that this is on this one, it's actually got your I think it goes like left, right, ground microphone as you go on down. Well, what I notice is when you use this cable from the controller to the control box of the headset, it's actually the inline control box. What happens is the game audio is getting transmitted exactly the same way that it does with the XO4s, the XO7s, and the Polk Audios. Nothing wrong with that. The biggest thing I ran into is I no longer had that finite control over my game and voice volumes. I was limited to what Microsoft would allow me to adjust things with the way that the chat adapter is created and formatted and whatnot. So I liked the previous way that I could do things off the control box. I just had more finite control, being able to mute my game audio entirely when in a conversation. For whatever reasons, the what do they call it? Voice monitoring, something, system voice monitor. What, I don't know. But the fact that like my headset, even as I'm wearing it right now, is transmitting what I'm saying back to me, so I'm not screaming, which is fantastic. I lost all those features when using the 3.5mm cable. Now what's awesome is in that adapter, Microsoft includes this little guy here, which is the 4-pole 3.5mm to a 2.5mm adapter. So this would be for things like your Turtle Beach X12s. I want to say that like the Triton AX 180s use that. A lot of the older style headsets didn't use a 3.5mm plug. And that was because it was only supporting mono chat, because that's all the 360 supported was a mono chat. It didn't support stereo chat. So what I found is headsets that connect in that way, the controller is unable to transmit the game audio. You have to pull the game audio from somewhere else, whether it be a 3.5mm jack on the back of your TV, or in my case, using the optical port on the optical audio on the back of the Xbox One. I was able to hook mine up that way, and that's how I get my game chat. Doing it in this means you get the finite control that you had originally, or that you would have with your 360. So now, doing it that way, you're able to get all those features back. I've got my my ability to auto mute or mute my game audio entirely just with the push of a button. My voice monitoring, I can turn it on and off. Fantastic feature. Honestly, if you play late at night, got girlfriend, wives, kids, whatever, great feature. You're not screaming at people over game audio. And after you set it up that way, really all you got to do is you hit your sound setting, or I'm sorry, display and sound. You make sure that you got your bitstream out. That gives you the higher end that you were looking for. And your bitstream format, I I put mine in Dolby Digital because I think it sounds better than the DTS surround, but the DTS digital surround. But feel free that everybody's opinion is different. But hope that just this little tidbit can help you guys out in some way, shape, or form, make things a little bit easier. Like I said, this information was really hard for me to find. I'm really happy that I was able to connect the dots and get it together. So hopefully this helps you guys out, and keep on gaming.